All right, guys, welcome to our team call. And we are actually recording this call because the four of us are going to be together next week on a cruise, and we are so excited. The Championship Challenge cruise. So we thought we'd pre-record this call for you and then post it when our typical call is next Monday night. But I am so excited about today's guest, and I have Susan Wheeler with me because she's become close personal friends with our guests, Dr. Josh and Lisa Dunsky. And they actually are rock stars in the company. They took fourth place individually and earned their spot in the championship challenge, and their team was 33. So the whole team just missed it. So congratulations to the team. I'm so sorry the whole team can't be with you guys. That's a bummer. I know that we have one of our team members that's not able to go with us, and it's a bummer, but congratulations to you guys. And thank you for being on the call with us. And I'd like you guys to start off and really introduce yourself a little bit to our team. A lot of my team is from the East Coast and they know of you guys, but we have another big portion of our team that's not from the East Coast. So they may never have heard your story. So if you wouldn't mind just starting off by sharing how Isagenix found you, or you found Isagenix, and then we'll go into some further questions.
Yay, awesome. Thank you guys so much. And congratulations to you too.
Absolutely.
Can't wait to celebrate with you.
And by the way, we just want to thank both of you. You both have taught us so much. I mean, it's a pleasure for us to know you and call you friends, but your knowledge in this really helped propel us, believe it or not. So thank you. Big time.
That's awesome.
So basically how we got started back in October 2011, a colleague of ours reached out to us and asked us to take a look at product B at the time, which is now Isagenesis. And, we got in touch with him, and basically he really didn't explain it to us. What he did say is, would you talk to my friend Dave? And so he put Dave MacArthur on the phone, and that's when everything just lit up. We talked to Dave. I talked to him for about 20 minutes. And at the end of that phone call, he had my credit card and social security number. And Lisa's like, what are you doing? Who are you giving that information to? And that was the beginning. It was really Dave's passion and energy behind that really turned me on. And so I did take a look at the science and did look at all that information, and we brought it on board in the clinic. And then soon after that, we found out that there's a cleanse, that there's this whole nutritional platform. We just knew of product B. And so we dove into that and just integrated it into our system in the clinic. And that's really what launched us. Lisa had a phenomenal transformation in the clinic. Our patients noticed, our staff, our friends and family, everybody saw the changes with her. And we didn't really notice that she had that much weight to lose. That's the power of what's going on inside the body that you can't see. And so, it's just been, we started building slowly over time and really putting our patients on the program. I think where we found the power of this program was 6 months after we really started, 6 or 7 months. Jackson Josie were born 3 months early. And so we, basically for 4.5 months, we were living in the NICU, and, there's a whole powerful story behind that. But to make it really short, we weren't participating in anything other than taking care of our kids at that time. And for the 6 months that we were putting people on the program, it started to build this business for us while we were checked out. And so we realized that there's huge power here that we didn't even realize. Mm-hmm. And then it just, it's history.
That's great. Well, tell everybody, for those people that don't know what type of doctor and what type of clinic you have, share a little bit about that. And did you have any products in the clinic prior to Isagenix, and why Isagenix?
Sure. Yes. So the question to the answer to the question is yes. For a long time, I've been practicing for 19 years. I'm a chiropractor, and we specialize in neuropathy, spinal degeneration, scoliosis, and then we have a gut program. And I didn't ask for the gut program. It magically happened because of Isagenix. And I have been carrying a lot of products for the whole time. Good nutrition, high level nutrition, all good stuff. But it never had that all-encompassing program, that comprehensive program to help the body clean itself and then restore what the body needs. So I still use individual things from different places because of what we treat in the clinic. But it's rare that, it's rare that this system doesn't give the body everything that it needs. So in other words, if there's someone that comes in with a thyroid issue, and I know these products don't treat, they don't cure, they don't prevent any disease, give the body the repair itself. But once in a while, I do need to go outside and get a little extra here, a little extra there for certain issues. As far as the metabolic cleanse goes, there's nothing that compares to it. They're seen anything that can do what this does. And we're privy to looking inside the body because of all the testing we do. We do, organic acid testing, IgG testing. We do immune testing. We do blood, urine. So we get to see biological changes that when people get healthy.
So Josh, you recommend that most of your patients are using some part of the Isagenix system, if not all of it, right?
It's actually mandatory in our neuropathy program, our spinal program, and of course our gut program, because I don't have any other tools. I haven't seen anything that actually can help the body clean itself the way this does. You can't just infuse the body with good nutrients. You've got to clean that dirty oil filter. You've got to change that vacuum, that vacuum bag before you can get that machine to work properly. The body's the same. If our filters are all clogged up with junk, which it does, and we can measure that, you can't just put in good nutrition because there's not that surface for it to be absorbed into the cells unless you allow the cells to clean themselves and the body to clean itself. So that's why it's the cleansing, then the restoration, and that's what this program has.
That's awesome. Boy, I wish more doctors would talk and think about their clients in this way. That's just amazing to me. I see so much of doctors putting patients on prescription drugs for everything, and I just cringe at that. So hearing you talk like this, it's like I just wish every doctor could feel the same way. Awesome. Okay, so in talking with Sue, and I just know this about you guys because I've seen you in action. We know that you guys are great goal setters. You're very driven. And when we were chatting prior to the call, you talked about how you use the Leader in Action formula in all that you do. Can you speak a little bit about that? Because I don't think everyone's fully aware of the power of that formula and what it can do for your business.
Absolutely. So whenever we set a goal, we work backwards and we figure out what it's going to take to get to the goal. And the Leader in Action formula pretty much can get you to any goal. Well, it can get you to any goal. Isagenix is brilliant. The Leader in Action formula is not only the way to get you to your goals, but it creates a solid business, and it sets you up for making sure that you're focused on the right things in your business. So advancing your personal role, growing your personal cycles, staying, that is huge. Staying paid as executive is a lot of people reach that destination and go, I'm done. And it's not, that's when you're starting. That's when you need to full throttle. And then the last one is however many weeks are in that month. One of the things that we stress in our team is to understand the Leader in Action formula, to understand the months and how Isagenix cuts them up, whether it's 4 weeks or 5 weeks, and know your dates, know your goal, know your dates, and then focus on those 3 activities really. And that is our business. We stay very in touch with our team. We have team calls. We're really good promoters, and if so, we don't ask our team to do anything we don't do. So we go after every single thing. The rapid reset, the cruise, top achievers, rank advancements, we go after everything. And we don't just go after them, but we really reach down and help our team do the same. And they want to. They're inspired by it. They don't want to be left behind. And, it works on our rock stars, and it also works on the people who are kind of treading water. And they go, well, wait, what about me? I don't want to be left behind. So, people all the time say, how do you motivate people? You don't. You influence them by your actions. We do the do. We show up. We go to events. We get on every team. We go to trainings. We do work that it takes to get to those steps. And that's how you have to do it. We're in touch with people. We're reminding people about their auto ships, reminding people about Healthy Mind and Body and IsaBody. We have a community support page where we talk about products and we share, information, and our product users and our prospects in it. And it's a huge, amazing community of very loving, caring people. Everybody there really wants people to be successful.
That's awesome.
With your Leaders in Action formula, you earned a spot in Top Achievers, correct?
I did.
So you're going to Maui.
Yeah, we got number 10, Leader in Action for the year.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
I'm going to play golf with Jim Coover. I hope I'm on his team.
That's awesome. So the Leader in Action formula, that is a fabulous way. I earned Top Achievers with that as well. And we were in Maui.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It was Top Achievers in Maui. But that formula, I think a lot of people don't really follow it and look at it, but they're giving you all the clues. It's not a secret how to grow your business. And when you do the reason they have these incentives is sure to help us, but they're giving you the path to follow. And if you follow the path, you're growing your business. So I love that you're earning all these things, because that's the way to do it.
It really, it's so amazing. It's so, and we've seen it a lot, it's so simple. Like the work itself each day is not easy. There's hard work there, but when they say it's simple, you're 100% right. They tell you exactly what you need to do to grow your business. And I personally like talking to other network marketers. No one has what we have. And so when you get into that conversation, a lot of them are scratching their heads and just don't know how to get somewhere, how to go there. And, it's not about doing the work. It's about knowing how. We know how, and we always say on our team call, we got a little one devouring pistachios over here. We always say, people don't do what you say, they do what you do. And now here are the tracks so you can do what you do. And now you're going to become that leader for your new people. And that was a poignant moment for us. We hit a place where we plateaued, and we were really we were stuck, and we didn't realize all you got to do when you're stuck is go get more people, go look for your team. Never stop prospecting, never stop enrolling, ever. It's the kiss of death in this business.
Don't do CPR in a morgue.
Yeah, the comfortable coma. And that's what happens. And people are like, well, what do I do? People aren't doing anything. And this was us. How do we get these people to do something? You can never do that. Your team is out there, your team is here, but your team is also out there that you haven't met yet. And that pulls people right out of that quicksand. At least for us that we know have been where we are, it's the same thing. So we're always prospecting, we're always enrolling. And we don't, we're not peers. We're actually doing what we expect everybody else to do. And if they do it, great. And if they don't, that's great too.
Yeah. And so I would assume you get a lot of enrollments through your clinic, but speak to us about where else do you look? Because I know you said to us earlier when we were planning this, you really don't talk about the business with your clients in the clinic. So where are your business builders coming from, and where else are you enrolling?
Yeah, it's a great question. So as I told you, it's mandatory in most of our programs. And I did that after a couple of years, seeing the results of being on the program versus not being on the program. And so to me, I want to give someone everything that I can give them, but I don't talk about the business to our patients. Our business is a blip. It's a micro blip, what comes from the clinic, believe it or not. It's what happens outside there. Most people start to see in their business. So people always, I hear this a lot. Well, you're a practitioner. I can't do this business. You have a following. And I tell them, absolutely not. You don't have to be the master of all the ingredients and all the science. You don't want to be. It was a straitjacket for me, which I found was actually holding us back until I realized that I just point to isagenixhealth.net or now if they want a question answered. But it's outside. It's prospecting. Lisa and I, and Lisa gets most of the credit for this. We really position ourselves in social media where people ask us what we're doing all the time, and that's the key. And that can take a couple of years to be persistent, consistent, and stay away from those dark holes on in social media. But people all the time, okay, what's this program? What are you doing? You look so great, or tell me about the business. And that's really been huge for us. That social media, friends and family. Some will, and some don't, and some most will, and that's okay too. You need that, and you just don't focus because there's no need to. There's plenty of people that this, and it's a sifting process. That's all it is. It's looking for people who are ready to make the change. So it's not anywhere that you wouldn't normally stick your nose, whether it's on a plane, whether it's at the supermarket. It's your entire alma mater and childhood, prospects that you grew up with. You're just dripping on people, and not sometimes Isagenix doesn't even come up. It's just a conversation, having relationships with people. It's everywhere. It's absolutely everywhere. We don't understand when people say anybody else on my list. I ran out. I don't get that.
Or I live in a small town.
Yes, I don't get that. It doesn't compute. You guys are the masters. You understand, everywhere you go, you're just connecting with people, and you write their names down, and it's revisited at some point on some level. So.
Okay, so you don't need a busy clinic to be able to do all of your enrolling. You've been able to do this outside of the clinic, which I think is great. But we do have a lot of chiropractors on our team, so I'm hoping they'll listen to this call as well. But another question I have for you is, between the three families represented here, I think we have 13 children. So for people that use the excuse of time, I don't have time to do this, what do you guys have to say about that? Because you have 5, correct?
Yes, we do. And a set of twins in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about that, because that's, the 2 objections I ever hear and I train on and try to help people work through are the money objection, which I want to talk about what you enroll people on, because Susan was going to talk to you about that, and time. So talk about time, and then Susan can work with you on the next one.
Yeah. I mean, when people say I don't have time, I kind of laugh. And then I tell them a tiny bit. I mean, all I have to say is we have 5 kids. They're like, well, I don't know how you do it. And I'll say, I don't either. But when you really want something, you find the time. It's like dating, right? When most men, right, they'll put the woman off. They won't call or whatever if they're not really interested. But if they really like them, they're lining up like 4 dates. They find the time. So nobody, it's just a weird analogy, but nobody doesn't have the time for something they really want. It happens. They find it. We have more time in our days than people realize. And this business can be done in short periods of time. Reach out to 4 people a day, follow up with 4 people a day, post 3 times a day. That can be your minimum, and stuff still happens. All you have to do is stay consistent and stay positive and focus on your goals. We have schedules. Josh and I meet every Monday, and we talk about what our goals for the week. And we say, how many cycles we want, how many rank advancements, how many matching cycles, how many enrollments. We get it down to the minute detail of exactly what we want to do for the week. Because if you don't have a goal and you don't write stuff down, it's not going to get done. It's like if you don't have a to-do list, you'll get half the things that you need to do, or go grocery shopping without a list, you're going to not get the things you need and get tons of stuff you don't need. So it's all about just a mindset. And when people have the time, I'll say to them, I'll just ask a question back, like, well, why do you think you don't? Let's talk about this. And then they're complaining about that and the other thing. And then in that conversation, you find their why. And you can tap into their pain and go, gosh, this is where, we can talk about, this is exactly why you should do this. This is exactly why you should put in this, chunk of time for a few years and really change that, because that sounds awful, and then people, oh yeah, well, I think I can find some time. He takes his morning commute and his afternoon commute, and he's on the phone.
People don't use that. It's incredible. If someone they think they're so busy because they really don't get it, as Lisa said, and in that commute, I don't care if it's minutes, that is of time, unless you're doing your 10 minutes of personal development, which we know that's essential. But prospecting, I think 2 weeks ago, it was a Tuesday morning. I remember I sent you a message. I called 15 people, 15 actual practitioners from my phone while I was driving. 3 of them got back to me that day, 2 enrolled that week, and the other ones I'm doing the dance with now, setting up meetings and exposures, because we know how long it can take. It can take years. It could take months. But out of that, 3 got back to me, 2 enrolled. And that morning, that was, 15 calls. So does it always happen like that? No, but those phone calls turn into meetings, presentations, exposures, and whoever does, great, and whoever doesn't, that's okay. So everybody's got that commute, or they have a lunchtime, or they have an hour Saturday morning. It's really finding out how, you told me your goals, how badly do you want to get there? Because if you have 2 hours a week, That's incredible. Let's maximize it. But don't tell me you have 2 hours a week and you have these incredible goals, audacious goals, but you're not going to pick up the phone. And that's where it becomes hard for some people. But once you bust through that and make a couple calls, it becomes fun. Says what? Yeah. Call me back. I have something amazing to share with you.
Then the other side of that is, people who are doing the business and are saying, well, I'm not getting anywhere and I don't have enough time to do everything I need to do. We really find out what they're doing in the time that they're working. And if they're not focused, there's no wonder that they're not getting anywhere. They're spending 2 hours a day on personal development, which is great, but it's not an income producing activity. 10 minutes a day suffices, and if you're feeling like you need a little pick me up, you do a little bit more, somewhere in the week, but really focusing on prospecting your story, following up the income producing activities. The posting on Facebook is great and should be consistent with it, but if you're spending way too much time doing it, it's not going to produce anything.
It's that black hole. It just sucks you in.
Yeah, exactly. We train on that all the time. I mean, Facebook's great and it's got its place, but if you're not having conversations with people, and I like to call it fishing on Facebook, if you're doing just fishing, and hunting sounds kind of, hardcore, but that's the making the phone calls. Actually, when fishing is kind of like, well, if somebody calls me, then I'll sign them up, and I hope somebody notices, swims by my Facebook page and notices. And so that's awesome. I love that. And, like you say, there's no excuses. You have 5 kids, and if you want it, you'll go there. So I want to talk about, we were talking here about what you're enrolling people with. And I remember when I started, the value pack was kind of where most of our first people on our team started. So we were very comfortable selling the value pack. And then, of course, it's like telephone, and whatever somebody starts with, that's what they recommend. And it's developed over time. And what I really love is, well, tell me why you love the value pack. Tell me why the value pack is your number one.
Totally. There's no other option. If you want the most out of this program, you've got to start with the value pack. If you want okay results, you can go to something else. But if you've got a problem and you're looking for a solution, that's where you go. And if that's a problem, we say, okay, well, when you're ready, let's talk. All about posture. We won't let people start on anything else. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. Go ahead.
And exactly what you said. People are going to start on what you started with. We started on 2 bottles of product B. We shared 2 bottles of product B for a while. Then I found then we started sharing the 30-day. We didn't know there was anything else. We really didn't. We didn't know about the Pace Setter and the President's Pack for a long time. And when we first started, they had triple PIB. We didn't even know. So we were getting triple 25s, but still, if we had known about, oh boy, crazy. People actually will absolutely, that's how you started. That's what you're going to write. And so it is essential that we have that pot for everybody to start that way, because otherwise people are, oh yeah, okay, you can do the 9-day. It's okay, I understand. But if you have that posture and you understand the value in it, it comes across, nobody questions it.
So your goal is to get the best results for people.
Oh yeah. I always say to them, how fast do you want to get results? And when I talk about the tools that are in that value pack, that's really, for me, that's where I see people's lights go on. So I don't really give people a lot of choice. It's the value pack. But if they're not ready to do that, and I work, I reposition the conversation, show them the value and talk about the money, then I'll come down and I will say there is the 30-day, because I think the program going to get results for this, but if you want results the quickest, and with that are not 30-day system, sometimes those tools are the reason people quit, and I don't want you to quit. And by the way, if you hate it, the company has the most amazing return policy. Why wouldn't you do it? You've been trying these other programs for 3, 4 years, 6 years. This is the program based on goals that you want and all the things you told me. It's the value pack. And so I'll use the 30-day if I have to, but it's typically, it doesn't happen because people see the value.
And how does that translate into the business building end? So you want people to get the best health results with the value pack. Then on the flip side, when you have an associate who's enrolling people with a value pack, is that part of what you talk about, how they're getting those double PIBs and they're really earning their money up front?
Oh yeah. I mean, no doubt. Girl in Maryland, she came on board 2 weeks ago. Her first week, she made over $1,000, and she said she liked what we said. She said, my friend can do this. We talked to my friend. Sure. I have another friend. Sure. So she hit over $1,000 in 1 week of sharing. And that's huge. Show someone how to make $1. You guys do day long. You're showing that value is key. If we're talking builder, it's the ultimate pack. There's no other pack, because if you're looking at a standpoint, $1,200 is nothing. If they understand business, even if they don't understand business and they want to build, and you compare it to what their alternative is, $1,200. Like Rory said, your logo is more than $1,200, for Pete's sake. In a business, we talk about the ultimate pack with business builders if they're looking for a business, or if we've positioned the conversation enough to address their financial issues and say, look, this is viable. This is what we're doing now. And so if that light goes on, it's the ultimate pack. It's okay if they started the value pack, but we're gonna, and it's done very well for us also. So I think it's just knowing where the conversation goes. There's no wrong program. If someone needs to start on 4 shakes, that's incredible. We've had people, we met a guy in the airport, construction worker, and didn't have the money on his card, saw the value, couldn't physically do it. He said, can I start on some shakes? Absolutely. I mean, we're not going to, you put those shakes in your body, that's incredible. And then, you make some money and then we get you on the system. But they got to be on the system eventually to talk. How else are you going to explain it to someone, other than reading the box if you haven't put it in your body? So
Product
of the product.
That's great.
Awesome.
All right. And
Awesome.
the last question that I have for you guys, and then Susan, if you have anything after this, is I always, when I have guests come on the calls, I like to ask them, what's your favorite thing to train on, or what's your favorite thing to share? And I loved what you said when we were getting ready for the call. So can you speak to that? Your favorite thing to share when you're doing calls like this?
I couldn't. Susan, could you hear?
What? Cindy, it's hard to hear you.
Oh, I hope this recording is good. I keep having internet issues. Your favorite thing?
We look fine. We're good. Okay, try it again.
All right. So I would love for you to share your favorite thing to talk about or train on when you do calls like this, like we were talking about before we started recording.
I think it's for me, it's the 3 to 5 year exit plan strategy or retirement plan. It's really showing people that they don't have to continue on the path that they're on, those that need this. And I think it's for everybody. So I love talking about the business now. I love showing people that there's another way. Even if you love what you do, most people don't make residual income. And so I love the business part. And I am actually trying to get away from the science part and the nutrition part, even though it's, without results, there is no business. We know that. But when I have a choice, what excites me is the business, and it's the vision. And when you see people make that change and you see them earn, $500 a week, that's $2,000 a month. That's an income, residual income most people will never have unless they find this platform. And let alone, a few more cycles and they're making and people are blown away that, and then, the other, areas of passion or not passion that you can provide those finances that people need to break free and do whatever they want.
Yeah. I love the vision casting part of this because, as a mom, sometimes our light starts to dim a little bit as we're, going through the trenches and take kids and giving, because kids just take. because that's what they do. And it's, no fault of theirs, but it really can like wear moms down, and sometimes can lose a sense of purpose of, and, I love to remind people of their greatness and why they're here. And they don't have to dim their light. They don't have to live small. That they absolutely, like $500 a week. Some people are like, well, I can't enroll 2 people a week. Everybody can. Everybody absolutely can. You just have to believe in yourself, and you have to know that you're totally worthy of those great, fantastic things. When we do events, which by the way, we do probably, once a month, getting out in front of people because it fuels our fire. We love it. I talk about like all the places that we travel to, and, I put the pictures up, and for me, it's beautiful and it's extravagant. It's wonderful. But for other people, it helps them dream a little bit, like, oh my gosh, look, they're doing that. I want to do that. I want to have that, collage of pictures of all around the world. And it's 100% possible. And that's what we're meant for. We're meant for this abundant life that fuels our soul. And, that's our path. And this is our vehicle. It's just a vehicle, and you just tap in and you learn the steps and you just go, because you know where you want to be. You just got to do the steps to get there. And it's a beautiful journey.
Yeah. And we talk a lot about knowing that outcome, knowing your why. You said one thing earlier before we recorded, though, when the light bulb changed for you, when you stopped worrying about other people and like if you got to know and that didn't tie you up. So speak to that real quick, because so many people get discouraged when they get their first no. If they're just new to sharing, they get their first no and they feel personally rejected, and they either give up or they really take a break from it. So when that light bulb went off for you guys, share about that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's, part of the training. We're really into setting people up the right way. And so we sit down with new people, and this is what we train on heavy, going over those realistic expectations with patients, with new associates. Eric Ward talks about in those 8 or 9 steps. This is a tough business. You're going to need to grow. Here's a reasonable formula for what you can expect. The 1, 3, 5, 7 formula. We tell people it's going to be hard. You're going to have days where you want to throw the towel in. We're very clear of that, because then people stay when they know and they expect it. When they have that day, they don't go. But if they don't know about it, and then as they got 3 no's and they made 3 phone calls, their life is over. You're 100% right. Instill in them. It's a sifting process. Not everybody wants this right now or the right time. That's not your job. Your job is to share with someone what you believe can help them. That's it. And not being attached to that outcome. And that was so freeing for us. And we really don't care. We don't care who says yes or who says. Of course, we want people to say yes, but it doesn't bog us down, not once, not at all.
I love listening to you train at the event I've been at, because even I've heard you say this before, and we've talked just, sitting around together talking before. And what I love is just say that because it's a thing to say. You guys really believe that. And I think when you get to that point and you just feel so strongly about what you love and what you do, it's a lot easier to have that posture. And so it's probably been, we've all been there. You start out and you're, wanting to do something. We all get stuck at some point. But you get to the point where, hey, if they're not ready, I don't get stuck on it. I don't even think about the no's. I'm so quickly on to the next person that, and the no's used to tie me up, and not only tie me up, they used to drag me down. I could get so wrapped up in that. But for anyone new that's listening, it's going to, if you feel that way, it's normal. But you have to move on. And I really love posture, because this great, great vision, great belief. And Lisa, you're real, you're a mom, and you really help people see that vision. And I just really, you two are just fabulous. You're such a breath of fresh air. And you know what it is? I love seeing that you two do this business together. That is, you know, and you do it in the, well, you share, and you could both share about anything, you know, you both kind of divide and conquer. So that's another great thing is having, I think they're our first couple, Cindy, that we've interviewed together. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it would be a bloodbath if we didn't let each other talk. So that's for sure. But thank you for saying that. And it's when that's why events are they're mandatory. When we bring someone in, we show them that amazing coupon and that value pack and say, listen, this is your corporate meeting. You know, there's 4 of these a year, but these, you know, selected ones are essential that you're at. You told me you want to make money. It's not going to happen if you don't show up. It's not if you don't show up to these events. And so they're cool. But that's where that belief comes from. You both know this. And it's, see how amazing and how unique. I don't know any other company that functions like this. I don't know another platform that can allow the average person, and that's what it is. It's the average person being super financially successful with their health that this company offers. You do it, you'll have superstars in any company, but it's not going to be a sustainable you. Oh my goodness. It doesn't matter what they say because not everybody wants their coffee again. You know, it's whoever wants it. And so that's for doing things like this, having leaders like you and these other leaders in the company that just up and show them where the information is, show them what this company is about, what Jim and Kathy are about. And then once that's in your bones, and John Anderson, once that's in your bones, it's going to come out. It's going to come out when you talk to people.
One of the things I wanted to add really quickly is when we help set people up for their expectations, one of the things that we really like to hammer in is that you do not have to be successful yet to share this business, and you do not to do this business. It is act your ignorance on fire in the beginning, and you just get someone on the phone. You do those 3 ways. You say, I don't know, but I feel amazing. Talk to this person. That's exactly what happened to us. Dr. Antoine had no clue. And he said, talk to Dave. Lit Josh up. He didn't know what he said even. He's like, yep, sign me up. I don't even know what it is. Let's do it, you know? But that's the thing is we tell people all the time, if we waited to be successful before we talked about it, none of you guys would be here. Mm-hmm. And that's what's going to happen to you. If you don't talk about it so that you are on the path, it won't grow.
So that's another, I'm glad Lisa said that. A lot of people, they you know this when you have new people come on board. Well, I don't have financial success. I hadn't had an amazing transformation. Very deliberate about have 1 BV in your account. If you set your ownership to 29 days and you made BV on your order, you're making residual income right now. You are an entrepreneur. You're not getting paid on it right now, but the owners don't get paid for a while. They get built any points in your account. You're making residual money. You need to share that with your prospect if it's a financial. I'm setting my way that I never thought was possible. I'd love to share it with you. I'm making residual income right now. Share with this with you if you're open to it. So once they understand that they're building that foundation, they can have the money conversation. But most new people don't associate them having BV with successful yet. So that's huge. And when we do that, light bulbs go off because now they can talk about the money. You know, no one's going to say, well, how much have you made yet? You know, no, people don't say that to people. So it's that posture. And knowing that taking the money, and this is how we're working to get it siphoned out into our bank accounts.
Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, we can't thank you guys enough. We could go on for hours with you. We love you. We cannot wait to get to know you and hang out with you more on the cruise and our whole team. Susan, you close it. Can you hear me?
We lost her.
You're kind of buffering, but I think that the recording is good because it's on your end. But the translation is, you guys are the bomb, and loved having you here. And we are so excited to celebrate on this cruise. We have so much great, and thank you so much for giving your time to help our team and have them learn and grow. So
one team, baby.
One team. Thank you guys so much, and we can't wait to hang out with you on the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for allowing us to be here. Also.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much. See you in Puerto Rico.